Okay. Um, your homework for today. Let me go to first period. Classwork is the bell. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start working on all the slides. So I'm gonna start with slide one in this video. Slide two, that's the video already. Okay. And then the rest of slide two, I'm gonna continue also. Okay. So let me put this back. Slide three, I don't know what class I told, do not do slide three after all. So if you already did slide two, you're okay. This one is going to go over slide one. So I'm going to go over slide one just to review all the stuff that we've been learning so far. Okay. So let me change it to blue. Red we don't copy, but blue we do. Okay. Or any other color. So I'm going to write like this is my journal. So number one, it says Tabitha paid $50 for a new pair of shoes. They were discounted 15% off the original price. What decimal represents the discount Tabitha received? Okay, so they want to know a decimal. They want the decimal of the discount. That's what they want. Now the facts is that the $50 is what she paid. The 15% off is the discount. So now I know that I need this. I don't need what she paid. I need the discount. This is a discount. So I know that I'm going to go from percent to decimal. Why to decimal? Because that's what they want. Why else? Because look at all my choices. They're decimals. Okay. Now once we have that, we're going to look at the triangle. And the triangle tells me that to go from percent to decimal, we move twice to the left. We'll move 1, 2 to the left, and we'll place the decimal there and remove the percent. That's the strategy. This is my strategy. Move the decimal twice to the left. So let me get 15%. Put my decimal at the end, and now move twice to the left. 1, 2. So the answer is 0.15. No holes. Now why no holes? Because it's under 100. If it's under 100, there's no holes. So the answer is 0.15. I box the answer. The answer is letter D. I write my letter D and box that also. And of course, then we will go around the whole problem saying, okay, Mr. Rivera, this is all for question number one. And now you're done with question number one. Now, question number two. I'll do it here. Raul answered 72% of the questions in his test correctly. Which fraction is equivalent to 72%? Okay, so they want to know a fraction that's equal to 72% equivalent. That's what they want. They gave me the percent already. And we're going from percent to fraction. Because that's what they want. They want a fraction. I go to my triangle notes. That's on the Google Classroom. And it says that to go from percent to fraction, we always write over 100. Percent means out of 100. So percent is out of 100. I see the 72. You place them here. So there, I went from percent to fraction. Now this fraction is not in the choices because I need to simplify. Now I told you all that if it ends with even numbers and you're not sure with what to simplify, you can always simplify by dividing by 2. Dividing by 2. 2 is a factor of all even numbers, so that's why I'm going to use 2. Well, 100, if you cut it in half, which means divide by 2, that would be 50. 72 divided by 2, well, that one I cannot do it mentally, let's pretend. So I'm going to go to the side, and I'm just going to go 72 divided by 2. Put your decimal always at the end quickly, and then we start dividing. So 2 times 3 would be 6. Bring down the 2. Now 2 times 1 gives me 12. 2 times 6 gives me 12. So now I know it's 36. Now the answer is still not there because it's not in the simplest form. So I'm going to divide again by 2 again. Why by 2 again? Because both of them are even. Even numbers end with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So if I cut 50 in half, that would be 25. If I cut 36 in half, that would be 18. Now if you don't know, like I said, you can always divide on the side. Now that answer, as you can see, is right there. So now I know that this is the final answer. I box it. My letter that I'm choosing is letter B, box that. And then I box all my work around to show Mr. Rivera that everything in here is for number 2. That's the way your paper should look, guys. And in case you're wondering, the triangle that I'm talking about, it's right here. Notes equivalent forms. And if you open this guy up, hold on, where is it? Let me go. First period doesn't have it, so I'm going to have to put it right now. See, it should be this one. So right now, put it for first period. I don't know why I don't have it in first period. So I apologize to first period. Check if all the classes has it. Ya que estoy aquí checando. Okay. There it is. You see, there it is. All classes has it except I don't know what happened with first period. There it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me check one first period again. I'm surprised that. And here's a triangle, by the way. So you see how when we go from fraction, let me show you with a pen. When I go from fraction to follow the arrow to decimal, we're going to divide bottom out, which how we'll be doing all this week. But when I go from decimal to percent, we're going to move, let's go decimal to percent, move the decimal twice to the right. That's the way you use this guy. Percent to fraction, we're going to go over 100, which is what we did right now. The one we just did is this one. And then you're going to put over 100 and then simplify. And same thing on this one. Decimal to fraction, place on the chart, and simplify. Fraction to percent, that's a two-step. We have to first divide, bottom out, and then move twice to the right. That's basically going around this triangle. Look, divide, and then twice to the right. So you just go in 2 steps. 1, 2. That is this guy. Finally, percent to decimal, piece of cake, twice to the left, the reversa. Okay? Let me check what happened with first period. I'm kind of worried that they never had. Nobody has told me. Nobody has told me from first period that they don't have the notes. Oh, yes, they are. Good. I was like, why? Anyway, these are the notes that would help you decide what you need to do. Let's go to the next one. Number 3. Which number is not equivalent to the other numbers? Okay. Not equivalent to others. Facts, we have 1/5, 0.2, 20%, 5/25, 0.20, 200%, 10/50, and 0.200. I'll put it over here. Okay? So we have a bunch of them, right? And they basically want to know which one is not equivalent to the others. Like one of them from all these will not be equal to the others. So the best thing to do here is the strategy would be to change everything. Change to decimal. Okay? Which is change to money basically. So since there's so many, I like to use a table that I would call the money table. That's a little bit better. Now, on this side, we put the original value the way they gave it to you. And on this side, we'll put the decimal, which we call the money.
Teachers, excuse the interruption, just one announcement.
So,
Teachers, if you have any packets
let me
from
start
the
with the
start of the school
decimals.
year on the student
0.2.
information, any packets, please
I just add a
bring them
0.
to the front office before you leave.
I'll just add a 0 to make it 20 cents.
And any other
Here's another one that's
requests
ready.
tomorrow, please have them.
Now, this guy is already ready, so I'm going to leave him alone. 20 cents.
They're trying to file all of the packets on
And
every
that's it.
single student.
Now,
And
the
we
next
still
ones that
have
are pretty
some
easy are the
that are
percents.
missing.
20%.
And
To
don't
change to
forget, just a
decimal,
reminder to
I will
everybody,
move
the first
twice
bell
to
is
the
only
left.
for the
Look.
bus students to be released. The first
1,
bell
2.
releases only the bus students. And then 2 or 3 minutes later, you may release all other students.
200%.
Thank you, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.
So let me do the work. 200%. It's always twice to 11. The triangle that I just went over tells you. So I'm going to go 1, 2. That would be $2. So this guy is already not equivalent. So this might be the answer. This one does not belong here. They want to know which one is not equivalent. The next one, 525. I'm going to bottom out. 525. So this guy is ready. You already put him. 5/25. I'm going to bottom out. 5 divided by 25. Put your decimal. Because we're going from fraction to decimal, bottom out. Not enough. Add a 0. 50, that would be times 2. And what can I do? I can add a 0 to make it a money. So guess what? This guy is equivalent. You see how all these are equal? 20, 20, 20, 20? All these are equal except this guy has $2. So right now the one that's not equal so far is this guy. Now I have another one over here, 1/5. So let's do this 1/5. I'm gonna have to make a table over here because I don't have enough space. So I'm gonna just put an O for original, and this is D for decimal, which is money. And we're doing 1/5, so I'm gonna put 1/5. And once I bottom out 1/5, 1 divided by 5, bottom out, put your decimal. This one requires quite a bit of work, okay? But it's not that bad. 0.2, I can add a 0, and guess what? Look, it matches. So far, all of them are 20 cents except this guy. So I'm done with 1/5. Now I see I'm done with 525. This guy is next. Okay, but I told you today that when you have zeros at the end, we can quickly simplify by saying 1 for 1. So guess what? This guy is really 1/5. So I know that if he's really 1/5, plus he's going to be also 20 cents. So now I can put him 10/50. You're also 20 cents because you're really 1/5 when we simplify. So that one is ready. So far right now, the one that's not equivalent is going to be 200%. The last one, because we do have one more right there. Well, that guy is already in decimal. So I can actually put him here. He's already in decimal, 0.200. But to make it money, we'll drop a 0. So now he's just 20 cents. So all of them are worth 20 cents except the $2, which is 200%. So that's why the answer is C. So again, when you have so many forms, fractions, decimals, percents, change them all to decimals to money. And how do you change them to decimals to money? You can go back to your triangle, and you can see that to get to decimal, we can go this way, which is divide bottom out, which is what I did right now a lot. Or we can go this way, which is twice to the left. Okay, so that triangle can help you. The last one for slide number one. Let me get rid of this. Oh, okay, the last one on. Okay, the last one is number four. Number four says 82%, and they want me to put it in fraction. As you can see here, there's a fraction bar there. They want me to put it in fraction. Well, we just did one like that. So from percent to fraction, we always put it out of 100 and put the number there. Now this one you can simplify. Both of them are even, so I'm going to divide by 2. That would be 41. Divide by 2, that would be 50. Now I check if I can simplify again. You can't, so this will be the answer. How would I punch in this? You would punch it in 41, and this is a fraction bar there, and then 50, and you're done. Okay? 1 through 4 I already explained. Number 5 is like 1 through 4. Number 6, I'm going to do it right now with you also. Okay? Number 6. For question number 4, it says Kendra read 82% of her books. Write the percent as an equivalent fraction in simplest form. Okay? So the first thing I want, obviously, is I want you to write the question. So we write the question. Question number 1. Question number 4. My bad. So the question is they want a fraction. That's what they want, a fraction. The facts. The facts is that there's 82% that she already read. And they want to know what fraction represents that. So we're going from percent to fraction. Now our triangle strategy tells us that when we go to percent to fraction, we're going to put the number over 100, and then we're going to simplify. That's the strategy. Okay, strategy. So let me do that. 8200th. So I know that the percent to fraction is 8200, but now I need to simplify. And I told you all that when there are even numbers, we're going to use 2. And And we can think of cutting things in half. If I cut 100 in half, that would be 50. If I cut the 8 in half, that would be 4. If I cut the 2 in half, that would be 1. And then I try again. Are they even? No, they're not. Is there a 5 and 0 here? Tampoco. Are both of them zeros? Tampoco. So guess what? It's already ready. The answer is 41/50th. I click on my little cursor and I punch in here 41 out of 50. And that's the way you do question number 4. So question 1 through 4 is for free. All of you should get the right answers because I just did them all. Now, question number 6. That one I told you not to do it because I was going to give it to you for free. 1 through 5 were all fractions to decimals, which is bottom out. And 7 was decimal to fraction, which was place value and simplify. Okay. Question number 6, it says Phil bought chocolate bars that were divided into 8 equal parts. If he has eaten 20 pieces of the chocolate, which of the following represents the number of chocolate bars he has eaten? Now, this is so important for you to understand. That's why I said not to do it until I would do it for you. So, this is number 6. They want to know um, the bars that he ate. The facts is that he divided it into 8 equal parts. 8 equal parts. He ate 20 of them. So they have 8 equal parts and they ate 20 pieces. So they want me to create a fraction out of this. So obviously I'm going to say 8 equal parts is what they cut it, so he goes on the bottom. And they ate 20, so that would go on the top. So it's 20 out of 8. Now that answer is not there because this is improper. And like I told you before, guys, improper, you need to always bottom out. When it's improper, I'm going to bottom out. Okay? So let me bottom out. 20 divided by 8. Okay? 20 divided by 8. So I'll put my decimal at the end. And 2, is that enough? No, it's not. Okay. So now 8 times what gives me 20? 8 times 2. So just with that, you already know that it has to be an answer that has 2 holes, and the only one that has 2 holes is letter A. So these are already out. But let me show you how you get the 2.5. This you did in elementary. So it was 2 holes, and how many were left over? 4 out of 8. And if you simplify that by 4, that will be 1/2. So that's how you got 2.5. This is a free one for you all. You don't have to do this one on paper, but you need to put it on the answers. You're supposed to be working. I'm just talking to myself because this is your video that I'm going to post today, okay? So don't think that I'm um, turning crazy.
Sir, you've been crazy. Oh.
I guess I have. Today's homework is 8 through 12. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you an example of each of them so you know what to do at home. So if you watch this video starting at about 25 minutes, you should be able to do fine on today's homework. If you choose not to watch it, then you're not gonna do fine. You're probably gonna do horrible. So problem number 8. It says Mrs. Johnson surveyed the class to find out their favorite type of beverage. The results are shown in the table below. So I'm gonna pretend that it's about that Fox students were surveyed to see what's their favorite class. So I'm gonna just make up some numbers for you. But the way I do number 8, that's what you're gonna do at home. So we have here the classes. We have math, science, and reading. Okay? And these are the students. So 11 students chose that the favorite class
At
is
this
math.
moment, please post your attendance. Thank you.
5 students
Teachers, at
chose
this moment, please post your attendance.
5
Thank you.
students chose that science is their favorite class. But everybody likes reading. 14 students chose reading as their favorite class. Now it says the fraction of students whose favorite class is science. Which one will be the fraction of science? So your first job, whenever you have like a survey, is to get the total of kids. So when you have a fraction, you want to get the total, we'll always go on the bottom. And what they're asking you will go on the top. So in this case, I need to get the total by adding 9, 10, 30. So the total is 30. And the question is asking for science. Of course, yours is asking for sports stream. Okay? So mine was asking for science because I'm making up the questions. So you can see, so 5 will go on the top. Now, once I do that, my choices are all decimals. This is a fraction, so I need to change this to a decimal. My triangle says from fraction to decimal. From fraction to decimal, we're going to bottom out. Bottom out, which means to divide. So I'm going to go 5 divided by 30. Put your decimal quickly. When we're doing bottom out, we're going from fraction to decimal. We put the decimal quickly. And 5, that's not enough. Add a 0. You keep on adding zeros inside the little log division symbol. And now 30 times what? 30 times 1 would be 30. 0, 2. We have a remainder. You add another 0 and drop them. Now we have 200. 30 times what gives you 200. So I might need to go to the side and kind of take a guess. Let me try 5. I think that's too low. Let me try 6. That's better. Let me try 7 just to make sure. That goes over. So the best one is 6. So I'm going to go to 6. That would be 180. And 20 is left over again. Of course, you can regroup. That's how I'm doing it. So what do? I add another 0. And guess what comes out again? 200. So guess what's going to be again here? 6. So this guy's going to be a repeater. So the answer would be 0.166 repeater, and I will stop there and choose the answer. This is how you're going to do number 8, which is this one here. So your first job is to get the total. The total always goes on the bottom. And what they're asking you goes on the top. So in this case, they're asking me about the sports string. So guess what? 5 is going to go on the top. The total is going to go on the bottom. How do I get the total? I need to add them. Once you have your fraction, you're gonna change to decimal by dividing bottom out. Yours is gonna be easier than mine. Okay? That's the way you do number 8. Number 9. So number 8 is for homework. I already told you how to do it. Those are your decimals. You're going from fraction to decimal. You need to make a fraction out of this. Look at the story, get the facts, all that good stuff. Number 9. Number 9 is about a young lady that's going to make some tea. So I'm gonna have another story. I'm gonna make up a story about Pepito. Pepito is going to make also some lemonade instead of tea. She filled 1/2 cup measuring devices 5 times and poured it into the pitcher of the tea. So Pepito also has a 1/2 cup and he filled it 6 times to make the lemonade. Okay? So that means that which fraction is equivalent to, which decimal or fraction could be fraction or decimal of what she did. Okay. So we're doing half 6 times. So I'm going to go half, 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 half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more, 6. In mine, I'm doing 6 times. You are only doing what? 5 times. So if I fill up this 6 times, this would be what? 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes. So my answer would just be 3 holes. I am done. Okay? Yours is going to be 3 holes. Okay? So yours is going to be different, but that's the way you do it. Real sequence. When you're putting things in half, it's so easy. 6 times. Let me do just another one. Let's pretend that instead of 6 times, I want to do 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy makes 1 hole. This guy makes another hole. This guy makes another hole. So now it's going to be 3 and then and a half. Now if that's not there, change it to decimal. Okay? So I'm going to have to bottom out the half. But that's the way you do number 9. I basically almost gave you the answer for number 9 by me doing that. Now number 10. Pepita has a bag of bananas. So Pepita has bananas. The bag contains 5 granny bananas. This is the facts. 3 organic bananas and 2 Cuban bananas. Lo estoy inventando. So it looks like yours. What percent of the bananas are Cuban? So my question is percent that are Cuban. First of all, I don't have a fraction, so I need to get a fraction out of this. So how do I get a fraction? Always to get a fraction, you put the total on the bottom and what they're asking you on the top. So what's the total? I'm going to add them again. 8, 9, 10. So guess who goes on the bottom? 10. What are they asking me about? They're asking me about the Cuban. So who goes on top? 2. But now they want me to go to percent. So what do I have to do? I have to change this to a decimal by bottom out. 2 divided by 10. There's my decimal. But they want it in what? In percent. So how do I change a decimal to percent? Who remembers how to change a decimal to a percent?
You move the decimal to the right twice.
Good job, Mija. Twice to the right. 1, 2. So my answer would be 20% of the bananas are Cuban. The way I did my fake story, you're going to do your number 10, but yours is about apples. Your first job is to get the total. What they're asking you goes on top, then bottom out, and then what Fatima say right now. Perfect job, young lady. Twice to the right. That's what you do. Number 11. And it starts at the 25 mark, 25 minutes, guys. So you want to work 25 minutes and do the homework first and then go reverse and get the other answers that you need. Number 11, Tom bought some DVDs at the store for $8.25. He gave the clerk a $10 bill and received change. What number represents the amount of change Tom received? Okay. Number 11, what represents change received by Pepita? Pepita. Facts. Bought. Bought. ¿Qué le gusta hacer hoy en día a los niños?
Makeup.
¿Ah?
Makeup.
Pickup.
Makeup.
Ah, bought makeup. La Pepita bought makeup porque está horrible la muchachita. Okay, I'm just kidding. Bought makeup. Okay, for $7.75. Gave the store a $10 bill. What change did she receive? Well, I'm going to first have to subtract. You should know how to regroup, I hope. 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 7 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2 again. So she received 225. Now, when you first look at this, you're gonna probably panic and say, okay, what would be the fraction? Well, you need to create now a fraction out of this. So what fraction of the change did she receive? So it's 2.25 out of the total. Okay? The total would be 775. Now we have to bottom out that. I'm probably gonna help you with this tomorrow. I'm gonna probably do number 11 right now completely because you won't have trouble with this one. So number 11, you don't have to show work. Don't do number 11. I will do it with you. 12. 11, you don't have to do it. I'm gonna do it right now after 12. So for homework, you only have 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. 11 is not for homework. I will do it with you because I haven't taught you how to divide decimals. But 12. Fatima bought some pizzas that were cut into 12 equal parts. Fatima's family ate 18 pieces. Write the mixed number represent the number of pizzas that Fatima's family ate. Okay. Number 12. They want to know what Fatima's family ate. That's what they want. We know that the pizzas were cut into 12 pieces, equal pieces. PCS means pieces. And the family ate 18 pieces. So my first job is to create a fraction. I already told you, the total goes on the bottom. And what they're asking goes on the top. Let's see if you all know. Which one would be the total? The 18 or the 12? The 12. And a lot of kids want to choose the 18, but the pizza was cut into how many parts? 12 equal parts. So he goes on the bottom. Now how much did they eat? 18. And you're wondering like, I equals to, how is that possible? That means that they have to eat, they have to buy another pizza. That's what this means. It's improper. So once I have that, you should know, here's how it works, guys, just so you know. The pizza is cut into 12, right? So 12, 12 would be a whole what? Pizza. But how many did they eat? 18. So guess what? We need another pizza that's also cut into 12, but did you need the whole 12 again to get to 18, or how much more do you need now? 6. So how much did Fatima's family really eat? One whole and 6 12. But then I need to simplify. Divided by 6 6 would be 1/2. That's what I would punch in here. 1.5 for Fatima's situation. For yours is gonna be whatever you get. Now another way you could do this, instead of doing it the way I did it, you could also divide. 18 divided by 12, because it's improper. So you know it's gonna be one whole, and you did this in elementary, I hope. This is one whole, the remainder is 6 out of the 12 pieces. Or you could have done decimal, add a 0, and you get 1.5, and 1.5 in fraction is 1.5. In this case, for Fatima's case. Now for Carlo, well, you have to go do that story.